Today I want to show you how you can build grammar correction application with AI SDK. The whole idea of this application is that you can put incorrectly written text in the input, and it will suggest the grammar correction with the suggestion, and you can accept it. If we accept it, we will see the result in the input. And the reason why I decided to build this application and show it to you is that with the AI SDK, it seems like you can only use chat primitive to build your applications. But with a case like this, when you don't have a chat at all, you can use another primitive, and I want to show you how to use it. This primitive called useObject. So let's get into the code. If we open our grammar checker, it's the input itself with the suggestion, this whole thing. You'll notice here that we're not using useChat as usual, we're using useObject, and it's a way for us to get the structured output as a stream from our backend. And it's still experimental feature in the AI SDK, and it's only available for Vue, Angular, and React, I believe. So it's still experimental. It will change probably over time. So keep that in mind. And what we need to do with the useObject is that we need to define the API route. So this route right here, and the schema. And this schema is going to be our object right here. And here we can also get the submit as loading and error as well. And if we scroll down, here we have our basic debounce logic. And here we have accept for the suggestion. So all we need to do on the front end, we just need to get this object and then just render it. And it's all, of course, type safe because we've defined the schema itself right here. Here we're rendering the reason, the pattern, and the suggested correction. And here we have our accept button as well. If we go into the schema itself, here we have whether or not the text has an issue. Here we have pattern, which is going to be the regex string that we're going to replace our current string with. Then we have correction, which is just a corrected version just to show on the UI, and the reason just for the explanation for why we're correcting this. If we go into the route itself, here we have the post route. We're getting our context. So the context is what we are submitting in the, let me show you, in the submit. In our text is going to be the text. In our case is going to be the text, but you can put anything there and then get it right here. So here we're going to have context.text right here, and here in the prompt we're defining the whole thing with the rules and instructions and putting our context right here. Important thing that I forgot to mention is that we need to use stream object primitive so that we can actually stream the object back to the front end, and in the schema we need to define the schema, the same schema that we have defined on the front end right here on the back end. And after that, all we need to do is to just do result.text to stream response. That's pretty much it. So just a very clean way of doing like one-off interactions when you don't need a chat like this. And it just makes sense. All you need is a structured output from the backend and you can render it. So for one-off interactions, similar to this, useObject is the GOAT. Just imagine if we've had here useChat, it would be a mess, right? We would have many messages, we would need to manage that, send a message with the text, then parse it on the backend right here. So it would be a mess. But with useObject, we can just make it very simple and clean. And that's pretty much it. So if you found this helpful, let me know in the comments and I'll see you in the next one.